Hey guys, it's Mike coming back with another Johnny Bench / Hank Greenberg PC update video. Hope everybody's doing great, getting ready to enjoy dinner with my wife. So if you're out with your wife or your sweethearts or whoever, enjoy. Have a good time tonight. I'm actually waiting for my wife to get ready to go out for our reservations tonight, so I thought I'd sneak in here and make a quick video. Hopefully she don't catch me and put me in the doghouse. But I figure we got enough time until the reservations, so I got a little time to do a quick video. Well, for me, relatively quick. So I better get started before she comes in here and starts yelling at me. Let's do some Hank first. Hasn't had much in recent years except from Topps, some one-of-one cuts, which are nice, but obviously never pop up. But Pantheon, NT, I gotta give them credit. NT Baseball, I think, is pretty horrible this year, but I think they do a good job with the old-timers. This one's 6 of 10. It's got Hank and Enos Slaughter on it. Two greats. See if I can get some focus going here. There we go. Nice pinstripe on the Slaughter. It seems like they're harder to find, these cards here this year. They've got so many damn rookies in the boxes. It seems like you don't get more than maybe one or two veterans in the whole case. But by far, to me, they're the best cards in the NT this year. I showed the 1 to 15 I had last video. This one's the other solo one of him with a different batting pose for out 25. It's the more common one. You see this picture used quite a bit for all his stuff. And just a bat card, like I've said many a time. Hank doesn't have any uniform pieces I've ever seen or patches. It's always bats. This is out of Pantheon. This is numbered out of 5. 1 out of 5 for the Immortal set. Very nice card. You younger collectors, I hope you all could go back and look. I know you all know all about the DiMaggios and Gehrigs and such, but look at these players from the 30s and 40s that went through the war years of World War II and sacrificed. Hank sacrificed almost, well over 4 years. And their numbers didn't come up to what you see some of these other players hitting 500 home runs and such, though Hank would have probably easily hit 500 if he would have played during his prime when he was in World War II. But they're sacrificed. A lot of these players, they don't have as big of names, but you know what they did for our country. They're amazing people, I'll tell you. So that generation's all disappearing now, and it's really sad to me. I'm kind of in between. Most of you guys are a little bit younger than me, but that's the generation before me or two. And it's just kind of sad to see all that. But to check out some of the players and look at their stats and information and get to know them, because they're really amazing players. Hank is just the time period he went through and such is just, well, I could get a whole story on that, but I won't get into that right now. But check them out. You won't regret doing it. This one is a great one. This is from 2011 SP Legendary Cuts. There's like 3 different versions. He was cut autos that year. One was numbered to 5, one was numbered to 8, and this is numbered to 15. And I remember thinking it was weird a few years ago because I found the 1 to 5 and the 1 to 8, but I never saw 1 to 15. So I was kind of thinking they probably didn't even make it. So I stopped. I hadn't thought about it for about 6 years now, and this one popped up, and it's been so long I'd forgot, and I thought I probably had this one already because I forgot all that, and I looked and saw that I did need this one. So this is 10 out of 15. Nice. It's off back of a postcard. He signed a lot of postcards people would send him for autographs, sometimes on the front, sometimes on the back. This one's real nice auto in red ink, which he did quite a few in red, which I love when they do the red and green inks and stuff like that. Very nice. And the last Hank item is kind of cool. For a while, PSA was slabbing 8x10 photos and such, and which is really cool for Type 1 photos. Type 1 photos are, if I remember my definitions, is a photo made that was printed within, like, I think a couple months of the actual event to which it was taken at. I got this one off eBay. This one was stamped October 4th, 1946. Which was like the day or day after the event. I think, from what I remember, the Red Sox were going into the World Series that year in '46, and a lot of these players had just got back from the war in '45. And anyway, kind of weird, in the American League that year, they actually had the Red Sox played a American League All-Star team, of which Hank was actually involved, just as like a warm-up for the World Series, which, you know, by our, even from my age, I've never heard of anything like that before, so I thought that was kind of neat. Anyway, Ted got injured. He hurt he got hit by a pitch on the elbow, I think it said, during the game. And after the game, Hank went and visited him in the clubhouse as he was getting treatment, and they just talked, and they've been friends for some time, and saw each other during the war and such. And anyway, this is a Type 1 photo from 1946. You can see the newspaper information on the back of what the caption would be, and the little article underneath the picture. And this is the picture. Let's see here. Very cool. But that's Hank and Ted Williams in the clubhouse after that All-Star game, so to speak, as the preparation for the World Series. And very cool. So I thought that was very nice. I love picking up unusual stuff like that when I can. So that's all the Hank stuff I got, and I got just a few bench pieces. Out of the last thing I need for this year's Transcendent, besides the one of ones, the red one of one just went on eBay for over $700, and I just didn't want to pay that. It's just an autograph card, and it's essentially the same as the other, just a color variation. There's no inscription extras or anything changed like that, so I didn't fool with that at all. I did get the finally got the art card, the canvas card. These are numbered to 65. This one came for Korea. It got from Korea to Chicago pretty quick, but it sat in Chicago for 2 weeks before it was actually sent out. I've heard of quarantining people, but I never heard of quarantining cards before, so I thought that was kind of weird. There they just lost it and found it and finally shipped it out. But I got all the Transcendents I'm going to get, so that's very cool. Bowman Chrome this year did an MLB draft history set. This is number 3 out of 99. Bench was a 1965, I believe, second round draft pick. And very nice, great autograph as usual for him. Great old picture of him from back in the day. I love when Topps uses these old pictures, and my camera just doesn't want to focus. I'm going to have to get high tech like all you other guys that do these videos nowadays. It just, everything looks fantastic. Even the introductions and stuff look good. And being 52, I am kind of technology deprived, so I don't know how to do any of that kind of stuff. But it's kind of cool to see your all's videos when you do it. And our National Treasures, again, not too much this year. That's a big, but the bench cards I'll get. This is cool. These are these parchment signatures, which they actually got a little off-centered. But it's number 3 out of 10, and it's a real cool card. Nice autograph. Johnny's getting older, but he still has one of the best autographs in the game. That one's really nice. Nice, large. It's got it off-centered a little bit. And when you're going to have a license and you can't show the C on the helmet or something like that for Cincinnati, these are the type of pictures you need to use. With these guys' mask on, because you can't tell that would have any bearing on the card at all. That's very nice. And the last thing I'm going to show before the shower's off now, so I better hurry up here. These are this is something that's took me a while to get, not because they're super rare, but just because they go for a lot of money, and I kind of had a price in mind. They have gotten rarer. They only pop up in maybe every couple years now. But this is a 1974 Topps test issue, which means it wasn't sent out for sale, but they did produce some in certain markets and just see how they would were accepted. And these are the puzzles. I believe it's a 40-piece puzzle that came in a little baggie. And like I said, I don't think they were sold. They were more of a test issue. But there's one on eBay. It's been on there forever for $350, and I think they're more in about the $250 range from what I've seen over the last few years. And the guy just wouldn't budge. He offered me one time $330, which, I appreciate him dropping to $20, but I figured I could do better. And this one finally popped up at auction, and I got it for maybe about 70% of what I thought it should go for. So that's about half of what the other guy wanted. So I'm very happy to get this. But this is a 1974 Topps test issue puzzle, and very, very cool. Nice, great pose from '74. There we go. That's a little better. Beautiful picture. Cool concept. Puzzles. These are about 5 by 7 or maybe a little bigger. So I can actually get them slabbed by SGC too. Is authentic. But just very cool piece right there. I'm working on trying to get a very, very rare bench card, another test issue from '73. I haven't got it, but I am trying to work a deal right now, so maybe I'll have that for you next time. Alright, that's everything. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your evening if you're going out or staying at home with your loved one. And till next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.